So today I'm going to show you how to make Moroccan melwies, and this is a kind of layered buttery paratha which is really delicious. And what we've got in here is 2 cups of blé de semoule or semolina flour, or you might know it as Durham wheat flour, and I was really lucky to get a sack of it in our local supermarket for the start of Ramadan. We've got 2 cups of this semoule de blé in here, and then we're just going to put 2 more cups of ordinary everyday usage flour to add to this. So 1 here, roughly, and 2 roughly. And to this we're going to add 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1, 2, 2 teaspoons of salt, and roughly a 1/4 teaspoon of dried yeast. And now to this we're going to add 1½ cups of tepid water. You can cut that. Now we've added this warmish water, and I'm going to start mixing it. And once I've mixed this in, I'm going to knead this mixture for about 10 minutes. So here we go, starting the kneading process. And I'm going to do this now for about 10 minutes, and then when it's all nice and springy and elastic, kneading before I leave it to rest. And as you can see, it's all nice and smooth and springy and really elastic. And I'm just going to leave it in this bowl now to rest for about ½ an hour. And there we go. It can just sit there. So now we're ready to separate the dough into balls, and we have to oil our board or our surface or our worktop. And now I'm going to take the dough out of the bowl with my oiled hands, and I'm going to start separating the dough like this. So I'm going to now roll it into a ball with my oiled hands and set it aside. Now I'm using a Teflon cooking mat here to sit them on, because you could use some oiled baking paper, but then you only have to throw it away. So I use something that I can wash and reuse. So I'm going to make similar sized balls now, like this, and just keep working until all of the dough is used up. Okay, so we've had these resting now for about 10 minutes, and we're going to start making our rounds now. And we need to have a nicely oiled board and oiled hands. And what I tend to do, I don't know if you can see this, is I squeeze them out from the middle first and move them around, because we want this pretty thin, and because it's nice and elastic, it will move quite nicely for you. So we're just going to keep teasing it out until it's quite thin, and we're going to brush it with some butter and then sprinkle it with some semolina grains. And now we're going to start rolling it, and I find it's better if you roll it towards you, because you can pull it back and roll it like this. We want it as firm as we can make it, because this is what creates the laminated effect of the melwheat. we can set it aside and move on to the second one. It's not as easy as rolling it out with a rolling pin, but I somehow think that wouldn't work with these. So we're looking to get this pretty thin so that we can roll the first one inside this one. Put the butter on it. Just going to put this inside there, and we go again. Actually, this is like a little bit like making a Cuban cigar, except you don't do it on your thigh, and I'm definitely not a virgin, so. And we're going to carry on until we've used half of the dough. So now we've got our nice big sausage. We've got 5 of these all rolled into each other, and I'm just going to cut them into, I think probably 3 each side, because I want to make quite big ones today. So now, as you can see, we've got all the circles of lamination here, and what we're going to do now, again, we just use our hands. We're going to flatten it out and start making a larger disc out of this. I'm not pretending it's easy, it's not. I think I need a bit more oil here. And we're just going to tease it out, because we don't want it to be too thick, otherwise it will take too long to cook. And we're going to cook this in an oil pan for 2 or 3 minutes each side. Whoops, just broke it a little bit. And we're going to put it in. And it's a good idea to turn it like this. Mostly because it makes me look like a cook. Okay, I'm going to turn in a moment. Are you ready?
Wow, look at that.
This is what happens when you're working in an amateur situation. And here we have 2 melwies, and if I open it up, you can see there's really nice lamination in there. Actually, it's better when it's cool. That's still really, really hot. And we're going to enjoy those later on today.
Yeah, brilliant. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Brilliant.